What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another build video. This build video is for my updated heavy attack Arcanist for PvP. So we'll jump straight into the sets. The first sets I'm running is Deadly Strike. I'm running a Deadly Strike Lightning Staff. The enchantment you want is a poison, or you can run a weapon damage enchantment. The next piece I'm running is a penetration heavy piece for the head, as I'm stacking into more penetration. You can put something like reinforced here, or something that gives you weapon damage. It's really up to you, but I just prefer the extra penetration. And the next set is Night Slayer. Night Slayer is a good set, as it deals oblivion damage to players, so they can't hide behind shields, and that will go right for them. The shoulders is medium deadly arm corpse. Ideally get them in impenetrable to small pieces and reinforce the larger. I've got the waist is Night Slayer Sash Light. The hands, Night Slayer Sash Light. Legs, Night Slayer Breeches Light. And the feet are Night Slayer Shoes Light. And these are all Max Magicka. Everything Max Magicka. You can chuck on a bit of health or stamina. But really, all Max Magicka is all you need. And the jewellery is Deadly Necklace, Bloodthirsty, Deadly Ring, Bloodthirsty, and of course the Oaken Soul Ring, Bloodthirsty. And they are all weapon damage enchantments and all Bloodthirsty. So I'll go through that again. You've got Deadly Strike as your first set, and Night Slayer. And then you've got the Oaken Soul, and then a random monster helm piece. Because of the Night Slayer is all light on the body, make sure you've got at least one piece heavy, but you will be stacking shields, so resistances are not a massive issue. But like I said, I've got it all in divines to boost the damage, but really it's probably best to run impenetrable on the smaller pieces and reinforced on the larger pieces, but it still works in divines. I wouldn't say the traits have a massive impact, so don't worry about the traits too much. Obviously, ideally impenetrable, but yeah, don't worry too much about the traits. The only traits that are important are the ones on the jewellery, because you'll be channeling a lot of attacks, and that's why Deadly Strike is perfect, because it increases the damage of your channeled attacks do, and over time. And Lightning Staff will also boost that. That's why I'm running the Lightning Staff, so you'll hit individual targets very hard. If we go into the Destruction Staff passives, I'll just quickly show you. Where is it? There you go. Lightning Staff increases your damage done with direct damage and channeled effects, which is perfect for the Arcanist. So we're going to the skills. The first skill is your Rune of the Colourless Pool, which is a nice stun and gives minor vulnerability and brittle on your target, which is really nice. So that will hold them down. You've got your Rune Ward, which is your big massive shield. This scales with your max health. You've got the Flail, which is your sort of spammable in between your heavy attacks, which sort of stuns them and makes them take more damage, and also deals damage to them and also heals you. You've got your Revolving Rune Meld, which will heal you and heal allies. And you've also got Rune Guard of the Still Waters, which will give you minor resolve. You gain minor protection, but you don't need that, as you'll get that with the Oaken Soul. And you also get a heal as well. When it's when you're damaged below 50% health, you'll get a heal. And the flex spot I use is if you want to go offensive, you run the Tide King's Gaze, again with Deadly and the Lightning Staff, all of that channeling over time. This is perfect for that, so that's going to hit really hard. Or you can use, if you want a bit of more defence, you can use Sanctum of the Abyssal Sea, but I think that might be a bit of overkill. It's only if you're 1vxing people. I've tried Dawnbreaker, but I think the Tide King's Gaze is better, as it will work better with the skills. We go into the champion points. So I've got Master at Arms, Weapons Expert to increase your heavy attacks, as this is a heavy attack build. Deadly Aim for single target increased damage done. And I've got Resilience for a bit of critical resistance. And in the red CP, I've got Boundless Vitality for extra health, Fortified for extra armour, Juggernaut to reduce your damage taken, and Pain's Refuge to reduce your damage taken. I haven't got any of the sustain ones, as you're heavy attacking a lot, so you won't really run into sustain issues. But if we'll just quickly buff up, I'll just show you the stats. So we've got, and what if I've got the food on? So we've got around 35k health, which is solid. 24k max magicka, 20k stamina. You've got 1800 magicka recovery almost. 1600 stamina recovery. Spell and weapon damage is around 4.5k. You've got quite high weapon crit at 32% almost, and the physical penetration is at 12k, so that's pretty strong. That might have dropped off. And your spell resistance is at 26. No, physical resistance, sorry, is at 26. Spell resistance is nearly 30k, and your critical resistance is 2.1k. But like I said, you will be shielding quite a lot. So if I quickly go back to the skills, that's your stun, shield, spammable. You've got your heal and your mind resolve, and that's your ultimate to blast people down. So just quickly go to the you want the vampire stage 3 on the character sheet. I am a dark elf, but you can run a number of other races. It doesn't really matter as long as they're a damage race. You could even run sustain races. So, but obviously for maximum damage, you probably want high elf, Khajiit, or dark elf. And finally, the Mundus is the lady, as you will need the extra resistances in Cyrodiil, as you'll be being hit by players that are doing a lot of damage. So you want to be around that 30k mark for resistances. And of course, I'm running Bewitched Sugar Skulls, as you won't have much sustain issues, as it's 1 bar, and also your heavy attacking to restore resources. So let's just go through it. So you'll be like a standard heavy attack. You'll press X to stun them. Make sure you pre-buff with your shields. And it's more just that, stunning them and then chucking in the flail. And obviously, when they get to a weak point, stun them, and then drop your Tide King's Gaze while heavy attacking. As you can see, you're pumping out quite a bit of damage, and it does overwhelm people because they don't expect it. But yeah, I do really enjoy this build. It's not the most powerful build in the world, but heavy attacks are nice and easy to play in PvP. That's why I like them. You can destroy the resource points quickly on your own. And 1v1, I said it does rustle a few feathers, because people try and get away from your heavy attacks because they've got massive range, and because they've boosted in, I think it was update 39 or 40, they boosted the lightning staff that does channeled attack damage and direct. So everything you're throwing, your heavy attacks are going to hit super hard. And of course you've got the Night Slayer, which is dealing additional damage through their shields. And then of course you're throwing that flail, that will make them take increased damage, and you'll just be stunning them. So it's really a nice build, nice simple build. Obviously it's not going to kill everyone, but you know what build will kill everyone. I've definitely had some good kills with it. It definitely keeps people on their toes. It's good for Nightblades, I've found, as well, as they struggle to kill you, because you're obviously heavy attacking and just keep recasting your shield, and they really struggle. If you've got detect pots as well, then they sort of run away, and they just can't. And of course you're grabbing them with the heavy attack, so it's very effective. You know, you're tanky, you feel tanky, you feel like you can do a lot of damage. It's really good in battlegrounds as well, and in Cyrodiil. But yeah, you can definitely run, if you're on your own, I'd probably run the Sanctum, just so you're a bit more survivable. I mean, you've already got a massive shield, but that will give you another massive shield. Or run Tide King's Gaze if you just want a bit more damage and a bit more pressure on your opponent. So yeah, that's my updated build for update 40 for the Arcanist, heavy attack. I do still like the heavy attack builds, even in PvP, as they can catch a lot of people off guard. And like I said, the lightning staff just works excellent with Deadly, as it's just boosting all your channeled overtime abilities. You could even swap the flail for the Fate Carver, as that is a channeled and overtime ability. I just find it, even though it is good, it might be a bit clunky with the heavy attack. But you can certainly use that. But I've been using the flail, and I've been having no problems with this. So you're nice and tanky. You've got plenty of healing as well. You can definitely take quite a lot of hits, and you can heal your teammates as well. Really nice, simple build. I still love the heavy attacks. They are good. And I will hopefully be posting some more heavy attack builds as well in PvP and PvE. So I hope you like the video. If you do, drop me a like and subscribe to my channel if you're not already, as I will be posting more content as we go into the new year. And I'll see you in the next one.